If you're a newer player to Siege and you want to try to find out who is one of the best operators in the game, then I think you might have clicked on the right video. I'm going to teach you how to play this operator, and I'm going to try to convince you to play Nokk. Nokk is a 2-speed 2 armor that can fulfill the roles as an entry frager and intel denying operator. Nokk can achieve this with her Hail Glove device. I actually don't know the name of it, so we're just going to call it the Hail. It's also spelled like this, so take that as your will. By pressing your gadget button, you will become completely invisible to cameras, unless you do certain actions. As you can see by the gameplay, one of the actions is actually running. This will also apply using your secondary gadgets, shooting your guns, or even reloading. What this means is through the cameras, the defenders will see this kind of a glitch effect. It's a little bit hard to see on YouTube, so I'm going to replay it and zoom it in to hopefully show you. You also have a pretty long timer on your gadget, however, don't get too carried away with it. With some of the more popular operators on defense right now being Valkyrie, it would make sense to bring this operator consistently. But even with Valkyrie cameras, what people tend to forget about Nokk is even on the cams, they can still hear you. Not to mention the glitch effect will also happen, so if you try to do any rush actions, then it will be pretty easy to spot you. So to try to get the most out of this operator, let me show you this round that I played as Nokk. I am currently playing on Villa, and I decided to drone a little bit of the basement so I could enter through it. My end goal was to try to go up through Astro Stairs because I knew this site was Aviator Games. Now, I wasn't really sparing with my gadget, and I ran out of juice as I got up to the actual cam stairs, and I decided not to shoot it to try to give away my position, and I just kind of had to hope that they weren't on the cams. And I basically got a free call on Alibi. And as you could pretty much guess, I didn't really get value out of Nokk there because they weren't on the actual cams. But my argument is, they wouldn't have gotten value anyway, because I was completely invisible, and I didn't run or do any action, so they wouldn't have seen me to begin with. And it's not like they were going to hear me anyway because of how much noise can happen in a regular siege round, that if they did hear me, honestly, impressive. Now, Nokk is meant to be a stealthy character, but there is one thing that I recommend you should try to learn with Nokk to get free kills. And that's trying to learn the nade from below trick. Now, I'm going to be honest, it's pretty difficult for an average player to do it. I am pretty bad at it as well, I'm going to admit. But the reason why this is so good, and let's see how many attempts it tries to take me. Let's say around here is green box on Clubhouse. Generally around 5 to 6 meters is where you want to stand. Start cooking your grenade, and start paying attention to how much it's counting, then, and, yep. Okay, well, I kind of did it then. So the trick about it is paying attention to how much the nade cooks for it. So what I mean is like kind of the timer in the middle of the screen. Basically try to count as much as you can until you can't count anymore. That's been the most success I've had with it. And the reason why this is so good is because there was an update a little bit ago, or a few years ago, called Shrapnel, and basically I can explode things through floors. And it allows you to get free kills through the floor on unexpected, yeah, see, it's still pretty hard to do it. Basically, the reason why people try to do this is, again, it allows you to get free kills. And especially if we're talking about on certain power positions where there are soft floors, you can do this and get them out of there. And it's always satisfying getting some grenade kills.
Bro, what?
I got her. I got Thorn. I got 2.
Now it's time to talk about her loadout. Nokk comes with the FMG9 that you can find on Smoke on defense, but it also has a 1.5 just like Smoke with a good fire rate and good damage. The recoil is a bit much than what it was originally, but it can be manageable. She also comes with the Desert Eagle, which is a pretty good option if you want to make a little bit of holes, and, well, if you want to kill people. She also has a really cool, like, reload animation compared to Valkyrie and Blackbeard. She also comes with the 5.7 that you can find on Ash, Thermite, Sam, all of that, but it's a better option to run the Deagle. And no, it does not come with an integrated suppressor. I just run on Nokk because it makes sense. Also, by the way, she also does come with Legion Shotgun, but you should not run it in any circumstance. And I suppose that's everything you should learn about Nokk. And I really recommend that you try to learn that grenade from below trick, because trust me, you're all going to get a lot of free kills. But if you care to know my personal opinion on Nokk, like I do with every other operator how-to video, but I really recommend her. She is in a solid spot, debatably a little bit broken because of her grenades, but that's up for discussion. And if you're newer to the game and you just want a solid comfort picked operator, I think Nokk is well worth a run out. I believe she's around 10k to 15k, I believe. And I think you'll just have a ton of fun with her. But with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and say that's the end of the video. If you like what I make, I appreciate it if you subscribe. And if you're interested in any other operators, I may have covered them in my playlist. So go check it out because you may find your new favorite operator. And with all that said, I am Creator Tony. I hope you have a good day or a good night. And goodbye.